Hello, BookTube, and welcome back to the library tour of Doom. It's a library tour through all the books in my collection, book by book, year by year, era by era. Electronic, printed, still have, don't have any more, all of them. And today we're going back to 1999 in yet another tip of the hat to Pride Month, because I recently did a book on an old Japanese collection of gay stories, basically gay short stories. And the gays liked it. The gays already like me, of course. Wouldn't you? But the gays emailed me and said, now that you've done that, is there any chance you could concentrate on gay stuff for the rest of Pride Month? They knew perfectly well what I've said many times, which is that the Library Tour of Doom is not themed, usually, and doesn't follow any kind of pattern. But I thought that's a fine request, so we'll do that for the rest of Pride Month, excepting only possibly tomorrow and Wednesday, so the rest of Pride Month, although I'll do some holdovers on Thursday and Friday if it happens that way. The only reason that I'm throwing a note of doubt out here is because it is predicted to be 100 degrees Fahrenheit with high humidity tomorrow here in Boston and on Thursday here in Boston to finish out June. June is predicted to finish out at a high heat wave, and it might be possible that I don't want to make videos. I don't know if you could tell, but my little dog is pretty deflated. She doesn't like the heat at all, and that worries me. It preoccupies me, and it's been boiling hot all week long here in Boston. Those of you who have been watching these videos and asking, well, if it's boiling hot, why aren't you distressed and why aren't you sweating? It's because it's just right for me. It's perfect for me. For once, I am not cold, but I'm not the one who counts. Frida's the one who counts. So I might skip videos tomorrow at the least, or tomorrow and Thursday. One way or another, we'll do plenty more of the gay-themed books. And we're doing one today. This is a book I praised before. This is Fool's Errand by Louis Bayard. I believe this is his debut novel, and I don't think this particular edition of it is in print anymore. I'm not sure that it's in print at all. He's gone on to a long writing career, and a lot of his stuff is wonderful. He's an author to follow. He's an author to really like. I've never written anything, again, quite like this. This is the story of a man named Patrick, who is at the house of some friends of his at the beginning of the book. And he's just tired. He's just dead tired. And he decides to just impromptu, he tells his host, I'm going to give myself a little tour of the house. And he finds a little room with a little love seat on it that's upholstered and that looks very comfy. And he lays down on it and thinks, I'll just take a nap. I'll just close my eyes for a minute. I don't want to go to sleep. But just a nap will be refreshing. And he's in the middle of a much deeper nap than he thinks when he notices that someone is in the room with him. A blonde-haired man with a lopsided smile and a prominent chin, wearing a cherry-colored knit cardigan, Scottish knit cardigan. And Patrick is still half delirious with sleep, and the man says, no, I don't mean to disturb you. Cast off. Just get to sleep if that's what you want. And Patrick does go back to sleep, and when he wakes up for a minute, he thinks he imagined the man that he is now calling Scotty. His hosts don't seem to know anything about what he's talking about. They don't. The description certainly doesn't fit any of the guests that were at the party, and it sets Patrick off on a quest that he calls the Year of Scotty, where he intends to find this person. He has a kind of dream that maybe in a life full of unsatisfied love, this is the man for him. Maybe that's what this is. Maybe that was the chance encounter that he has been raised from all sorts of movies and TV to believe is the doorway to the love of his life. So he embarks on a Year of Scotty where he intends to track down this person. And he enlists the aid of his friends. He enlists the aid of his eccentric father. He enlists the aid of a prickly acquaintance named Seth, who is small and swarthy and sweaty and compulsive and obsessive. A very standout character, not at all like Patrick, but very good at swinging all of his obsessive capacities behind the search for Scotty. And the search goes on throughout the book, and it's hilarious. This author hasn't really hit much of a strong comic thread throughout the books that he's written since, but this is a comedy. And it is absolutely delightful. I forget where I got this. Oddly enough, it's not annotated, so I don't know where I got this copy. I'd be willing to bet that I bought it at Glad Day Bookshop, the one I mentioned yesterday, a gay and lesbian bookstore here in Boston that no longer exists. I'd be willing to bet that's where I got this. It's old. You can't tell on this video, but there's dirt just ground into the cover. That's how much I've had it, how often I've read it. And slowly, over the course of the novel, I don't want to spoil anything for you, but Patrick, whether or not he finds Scotty, he does indeed find love. And it will bring happy little tears to your eyes. I guarantee it will. It is so well done. It is so well done that it feels like something you have had happen to you. I don't know, again, what we're really talking about when we call this a gay novel, except that the main character is gay. Otherwise, this is a novel about everything that all novels are about. All the ones that I love, anyway. So I cannot recommend this strongly enough. I don't know if it's still in print. But if you can find a used copy, especially if you are one of the gays and you want to read a novel that doesn't talk down to you, that doesn't pathologize you, that doesn't tragedize you, if you want to read just a wonderful novel of love and longing and a quest and family relationships in which the main protagonist is gay instead of straight, you're going to love this. You're absolutely going to love it. And that's your library tour of Doom for today. I had 2 other videos planned for today that I was going to do, but I don't think the bean is up for them. It's mighty hot here in Boston. So I might wrap this up for now and just get to them when this whole heat wave ends. The natural proclivity of everybody here in Boston this week is just to say, well, okay, whatever I had planned, let's skip it until the weekend because the weather is going to change completely. The weather is going to drop. There's going to be thunderstorms and rain, and also the temperature is going to drop by 30 degrees. That's a big difference. It's going to be a completely different world on, for instance, Saturday than it is today. Completely different. So I might hold off on bombarding you with videos until then, although one of the videos I had in mind is another Bro Watch video, and I'm very happy to see that the last Bro Watch video that I did not cause the apocalypse. It did not cause this channel to start growing by leaps and bounds. It didn't do that. So that one time, the one time that I potted that kid into oblivion, that was the time that happened, but no other time. I think I'm free to make a weekly or a bi-weekly Bro Watch video, and that's fun, because the algorithm keeps serving me up those videos. The only reason that I hesitated is because I don't want this channel to have 50,000 subscribers or anything like that. Instead, it looks like I don't have to worry. This is still a 12-nay channel. We will never reach 12K, and that's fine by me. So I'm going to wrap this up for now. A strong recommend, and I will be back. Thank you, BookTube.